no. It was bad enough having to stay in a cabin with 3 dorks. And, you know, no offense to the, whatever, 24 others that weren't them. Although it was a very conservative crowd in our 9th grade, because this just was, you know, their parties were mostly in Brentwood and whatever. And I went to some of those. So, more in 10th grade, but anyway. So now we're cross country in like, you know, 2 feet of snow. And, you know, between Mike Pinners and hash brownies and whatever, we're, you know, huffing and puffing with our whole grade cross country. And of course, you know, cross country, I'm used to downhill. I'm not an expert, but I'm not in like the training area. But cross country is basically walking through snow, actually pushing skis through snow slowly until you want to fall over and puke. So the main thing was cross-country skiing to like this A-frame where we had lunch and then we had to cross-country ski back to the cabins. So that was the big thing. And of course, you know, Sean practically. I was as exhausted as I was coming off of the van after having to bike ride all over an empty Northridge shooting ET. But anyway, again, major digression. It's cold as shit, and I'm not going to take a crap in those holes in the ground. So I'm all bundled up at lunchtime, and I have to leave, right? I guess ostensibly to go to the holes. But I push those skis as far away as I can to this like shed. I think they keep either like tools or ski poles or whatever. But there's a backside to it, of course. So what does Sean do? Push his way to the backside, drop his ski outfit, and do his business, praying that I didn't slip down the backside of the shed and sit in my own shed. How do you explain that one and be cool? So that didn't happen. So, you know, we're through this whole nightmare, but we made it fun. I made it fun. I always make everything fun. Right? So now we're back home. And so suddenly there's this like little mini fracas about what went down between me and my 3 besties. So, I mean, first of all, I guess they waited like until we got back to kind of like deal with it. And so me and my 3 besties are called into the principal's like antechamber. And one by one, we have to go in. Of course, they compare stories and whatever. So that's the main thing. They compare stories. What happened? We heard whatever. Somebody smelled whatever. So we go in one at a time. I go in first. I tell my story. And I say we only did poppers, that we brought some amyl, and that was making us goofy. So I come out. The other 3 are sitting in a line on chairs directly outside the principal's office, and I walk by and I go, amyl, no pot, but just low enough that no one heard me. I wasn't being escorted. And so, of course, we all went in and told the same story. Yes, we had a little amyl. Oh, what are we talking about? And all the stories matched, so they couldn't do anything. I mean, what are they going to do, bust us on poppers? I mean, Christ, when I was in 7th grade, some dude at Crossroads was on acid and put his hand through a window and was there back at school the next day. So, I don't know. I guess I'm the demon of Crossroads. So anyway, that was the nightmare. Never, ever was I ever going to do school and field trip ever again. Never did. There was a big one in Ojai that like we really had to go to in like 11th grade or something. I don't need to find myself in Ojai with y'all. So thank you for tolerating this stream of memories from my first bad boy field trip in a high school. And again, off with that story and moving on to the next stack I got waiting for you. Thanks again. Thanks as always for letting me share with you and being here with me. And I will see you, as we all know, tomorrow with clips, teasers, previews, and shows. So until then, as always, be good to yourself. Okay? Promise?